I imagine on elite training, sometimes people get in your face when you do something wrong and you are pushed. This humiliation and violence were commonplace. Never heard of violence against happening in the school or in Shen Yun company. And this humiliation thing, I know dancers, friends of my son's who, they were in public schools out there in California or different parts of the country, and they were facing what you face sometimes in public schools, bullying in particular. And it wasn't until they came to the Fei Tian schools on Shen Yun's campus where they really were could come into their own. And as he described it to me, they sort of let their guard down. They had sort of, a safe space, a place where they can be themselves, a place where they can sort of bond with people and not worry about bullying anymore. So in their experience, it was the exact opposite. It also reminds me of many cases I've heard about the schools where, there's a lot of obviously ethnic Chinese there. And they describe growing up in America, and especially parts of America where there are not a lot of Chinese or Asians. And sort of, I remember a couple stories, one in particular about, growing up in the West and sort of feeling ashamed and weird because their English wasn't great. And, their mom was kind of weird because she's Chinese and doing Chinese things. And she'd like tell her mom when her friends come over, don't cook the smelly dumplings, cook regular food, macaroni cheese or something. And trying to fit in, feeling like a little bit ashamed of their culture. And they come to Fei Tian and they come to Shen Yun and wow, they blossom. They see the grandeur of what their real culture is and how amazing it is. And they come into their own. They have pride about their culture. They embrace their culture, and they embrace the idea that their culture has something very universal in it that they can offer to others. And they do that through the Shen Yun performance. And you see these people really blossom coming into the organization. And so humiliation, again, not our experience, and I think there's a lot of the exact opposite. That has a hint, though, of the previous paragraphs where, again, if this is not the place for you, you don't want elite training. I imagine on elite training, sometimes people get in your face when you do something wrong and you are pushed. That's certainly true. That's part of elite training, sacrifice, rigorous training, being pushed within obvious common sense boundaries. Perhaps they were humiliated by that. Again, I don't know these plaintiffs. I don't know their story.